The importance of taking action. Taking action is the foundation of every success story. No matter how big your dreams or how great your ideas are, they will never become reality unless you take action. Many people spend years thinking about their goals, making plans, and waiting for the perfect moment to start. But the truth is, the perfect moment does not exist. If you wait until you feel ready, you may never begin. The only way to make progress is to take action now, even if it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. Action is what turns ideas into results. Imagine you have a map and a car, but you never start the engine. No matter how detailed your plan is, you will never reach your destination unless you take the first step. The same is true for life. Without action, dreams remain just dreams. Even the smallest steps can create big changes over time. Taking action, even in small ways, helps you build confidence, learn new things, and move forward. Many people hesitate to take action because they fear failure. They worry about making mistakes or not doing things perfectly. But failure is a natural part of success. Every successful person has failed many times before achieving their goals. What matters is learning from mistakes and continuing to move forward. Action leads to experience, and experience leads to improvement. The more you take action, the more you grow. Another reason people delay action is because they overthink. They analyze every detail, plan endlessly, and try to predict every possible problem. While preparation is important, too much thinking can lead to inaction. This is called analysis paralysis, where you get stuck in a cycle of thinking but never doing. The best way to break this cycle is to start. Even if you are not 100% ready, you can always adjust and improve as you go. Taking action also helps you build momentum. When you complete a small task, you feel a sense of accomplishment. This feeling motivates you to take the next step. Each small success gives you the confidence to keep going. Over time, these small actions add up, and what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. Action sets you apart from others. Many people have dreams, but only a few take the steps to make them happen. By taking action, you separate yourself from those who only talk about success. You prove to yourself and others that you are serious about your goals. Action creates opportunities, opens doors, and brings you closer to your dreams. In the end, taking action is not just about achieving results. It is about developing a mindset of growth, learning, and progress. Every time you take action, you become stronger, more confident, and more capable. Success does not come from waiting, it comes from doing. So, don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now, take the first step, and keep moving forward. Your future depends on what you do today. Identifying what holds you back. We all have goals we want to achieve, but something often stops us from taking action. To move forward, the first step is to identify what is holding you back. These obstacles are not always obvious. Sometimes, they come from fear, self-doubt, bad habits, or distractions. Understanding these barriers will help you overcome them and take control of your progress. One of the biggest obstacles is fear. Fear can take many forms: fear of failure, fear of judgment, or even fear of success. You might be afraid to try something new because you worry about making mistakes or being criticized by others. Sometimes, you might even fear success because it comes with more responsibility or pressure. However, fear is often an illusion created by your mind. The worst-case scenario that you imagine is usually not as bad as you think. The best way to deal with fear is to face it. When you take action despite being afraid, you realize that fear loses its power over you. Another common barrier is self-doubt. Many people hesitate to take action because they feel they are not good enough or not ready. They tell themselves things like, "I don't have enough experience," or "I will never succeed." This kind of negative self-talk creates a mental wall between you and your goals. But self-doubt is not the truth. It is just a story you tell yourself. You can change this story by focusing on your strengths, celebrating small achievements, and reminding yourself that everyone starts as a beginner. Confidence comes from action. The more you do, the more capable you become. Procrastination is another major roadblock. Many people delay taking action because they feel overwhelmed or unsure where to start. They tell themselves they will begin tomorrow or next week. But those days never come. The key to overcoming procrastination is to start small. Instead of thinking about the entire project, focus on the first step. For example, if you want to write a book, don't worry about writing 300 pages. Just start with one paragraph. When you take small steps, you create momentum, which makes it easier to keep going. Another challenge is lack of clarity. Sometimes, we don't take action simply because we don't know what we really want. Without a clear goal, it's easy to feel lost and directionless. If you are unsure about your goals, take time to reflect. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? What kind of life do I want to create? Writing down your thoughts can help bring clarity. Once you have a clear goal, it becomes easier to take action because you know where you are going. Distractions are everywhere in today's world. Social media, television, and endless notifications can pull you away from what truly matters. Many people stay busy with low-priority tasks to avoid facing their real goals. The solution is to create a focused environment. Turn off notifications, set specific times for deep work, and eliminate unnecessary distractions. When you make time for your goals, you take back control of your focus and energy. Finally, some people struggle to take action because they are waiting for the perfect moment. They believe they need to learn more, prepare more, or wait until conditions are ideal. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. The best time to start is now. Even if you don't feel completely ready, taking action will help you learn and grow along the way. By recognizing these barriers and addressing them, you open the door to action and progress. The key is to take small steps, stay focused, and believe in yourself. No matter what is holding you back, you have the power to overcome it and move forward toward your goals. The science behind motivation and action. Understanding the science behind motivation and action can help you break free from procrastination and achieve your goals. Motivation is the force that drives us to take action, but it is not always reliable. Sometimes, we feel inspired and ready to work hard, but other times, we struggle to find the energy to start. This is because motivation is influenced by the brain's reward system, habits, and emotions. By learning how these factors work, you can create a system that makes it easier to take action and stay consistent. At the core of motivation is dopamine, a chemical in the brain that creates feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. When you anticipate or achieve something rewarding, your brain releases dopamine, making you feel good. This is why small wins, such as completing a task on your to-do list, can boost motivation. Research shows that even minor accomplishments trigger a dopamine release, encouraging you to keep going. This is why breaking big goals into small, manageable steps is so effective. Each small success reinforces a cycle of motivation, making it easier to take the next step. However, relying on motivation alone is not enough. Motivation is temporary, but habits are lasting. Many people think they need to feel motivated before they take action. But in reality, action often comes first. When you take even a small step, your brain recognizes progress, which increases motivation. This means that starting is the hardest part. Once you begin, continuing becomes much easier. This is why building routines and habits is crucial for long-term success. When an action becomes a habit, you don't have to rely on motivation alone. It becomes automatic. Procrastination is often misunderstood as laziness, but it is actually a coping mechanism for avoiding negative emotions. When faced with a difficult or overwhelming task, the brain looks for a way to escape discomfort. Instead of working on the task, you might start scrolling on social media, watching TV, or doing something else that feels easier. Your brain is seeking instant gratification because it wants to avoid stress or fear. The solution is to make tasks feel less overwhelming by focusing on just starting. Instead of thinking about completing an entire project, commit to working on it for just 2 minutes. This technique, called the 2-minute rule, helps overcome the initial resistance to action. Once you start, you are more likely to continue. Another powerful strategy is visualization. The brain responds strongly to mental images. If you picture yourself successfully completing a task or achieving a goal, your brain begins to believe it is possible. This process increases motivation and confidence. In contrast, if you focus on fear or failure, you may feel discouraged and avoid taking action. By using positive visualization, you can rewire your brain to focus on success instead of obstacles. Emotions also play a big role in motivation and action. Positive emotions, such as excitement and confidence, make it easier to take action, while negative emotions, such as fear and anxiety, can create hesitation. The good news is that you can influence your emotions through techniques like affirmations, mindfulness, and gratitude. For example, reminding yourself of past successes or practicing deep breathing can shift your emotional state, making action feel less intimidating. Finally, consistency is the key to long-term motivation. The more you practice taking action, even in small ways, the stronger the neural pathways in your brain become. Over time, your brain learns to associate effort with reward, making it easier to take action in the future. This is why the most successful people don't wait for motivation. They create systems that keep them moving forward, even when they don't feel like it. By understanding the science of motivation and action, you can take control of your behavior and create a life of progress and success. The key is to start small, build habits, and use strategies that keep you engaged. When you learn how to work with your brain instead of against it, taking action becomes easier and more natural. Strategies to overcome procrastination. Procrastination is a common challenge that affects almost everyone at some point. It is the act of delaying or avoiding tasks, even when we know they are important. Many people think procrastination is caused by laziness, but in reality, it is often linked to fear, overwhelm, or uncertainty. When a task feels too big or too difficult, the brain looks for an escape, choosing short-term comfort over long-term success. However, procrastination can be overcome with the right strategies. By understanding why we procrastinate and using practical techniques, we can take control and start making progress. One of the best ways to beat procrastination is to break large tasks into smaller steps. When a task feels overwhelming, it is easy to put it off. However, by dividing it into smaller, manageable steps, it becomes much easier to start. For example, if you need to write a report, don't think about writing the entire document at once. Instead, start with a simple task, such as writing the introduction or creating an outline. Each small step you complete builds momentum and makes the next step easier. Another powerful strategy is the 2-minute rule. This rule suggests that if a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, you should do it immediately. If the task is longer, commit to just 2 minutes of work. Often, the hardest part of any task is getting started. By telling yourself that you will only work for 2 minutes, you remove the pressure of completing the entire task. Once you begin, you will likely continue beyond the 2 minutes because taking action creates momentum. Time blocking is another effective way to overcome procrastination. This method involves scheduling specific times in your day to focus on important tasks. By setting aside dedicated time for work, you eliminate the uncertainty of when to start. For example, if you plan to study for an exam, schedule a 30-minute session at a specific time instead of waiting to feel ready. Pairing time blocking with removing distractions, such as silencing notifications or working in a quiet environment, can greatly improve focus and productivity. Reframing your mindset about tasks can also make a big difference. Many people procrastinate because they see tasks as difficult or unpleasant. Instead of saying, "I have to do this," try saying, "I get to do this." This small shift in thinking changes your perspective from seeing a task as a burden to seeing it as an opportunity. If you can connect the task to a bigger purpose, it becomes easier to stay motivated. For example, instead of dreading a workout, remind yourself that exercising will make you healthier and stronger. Accountability is another great strategy. When you share your goals with a friend, mentor, or accountability partner, you create external motivation to follow through. If someone else is expecting you to complete a task, you are more likely to do it. Setting up regular check-ins or using a progress tracking app can help keep you on track. Lastly, it is important to practice self-compassion. Many people fall into a cycle of guilt and frustration when they procrastinate, which makes it even harder to take action. Instead of being too hard on yourself, acknowledge that procrastination is a habit that can be changed. Remind yourself that taking one small step is better than doing nothing at all. With time and effort, you can develop the discipline to take action consistently. By using these strategies, you can break free from procrastination and build momentum toward your goals. The key is to start small, create structure, and develop a positive mindset. Once you take the first step, progress becomes easier, and success becomes inevitable. Building a no excuses mindset. Excuses are one of the biggest obstacles to success. They may sound reasonable, but in reality, they stop you from making progress. Many people convince themselves that they don't have enough time, resources, or skills to achieve their goals. Others blame external circumstances, waiting for the perfect moment to start. The truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. And success is not about having the ideal conditions. It is about taking action despite challenges. Developing a no-excuses mindset means taking full responsibility for your actions and committing to progress. No matter what, the first step in building a no-excuses mindset is recognizing the excuses you make. Excuses often disguise themselves as valid reasons, such as, "I don't have enough experience," or "I'm too busy." While these may seem true, they are often based on fear or self-doubt rather than reality. To overcome this, write down the excuses you frequently use and challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really an obstacle? Or am I just avoiding discomfort? In most cases, you will find that you can take action despite the challenges. A key part of a no-excuses mindset is taking full responsibility for your choices. This does not mean blaming yourself for everything, but rather understanding that your actions determine your outcomes. Instead of saying, "I couldn't achieve this because of X," shift your mindset to, "What can I do to overcome X?" By focusing on solutions instead of problems, you take back control of your life. Another important step is shifting your focus from limitations to possibilities. Excuses often come from a scarcity mindset, where you focus on what you lack: time, money, skills, or experience. A no-excuses mindset flips this thinking by asking, "What can I do with what I have?" Even if your resources are limited, there is always a way to start. For example, if you want to start a business but don't have money, you can begin by learning skills online, networking, or starting small. Progress is always possible if you are willing to take action. Discipline is a key factor in eliminating excuses. Many people wait for motivation to take action. But motivation is unreliable, it comes and goes. Discipline, on the other hand, ensures that you take action even when you don't feel like it. Building discipline means creating habits and routines that make action automatic. For example, if you want to exercise regularly, schedule a workout at the same time every day so that it becomes a habit rather than a choice. Over time, discipline becomes second nature, making excuses irrelevant. Embracing discomfort is another essential part of a no-excuses mindset. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone, but excuses arise when you try to avoid discomfort. Whether it is fear of failure, rejection, or effort, pushing through discomfort strengthens your ability to take action. Every time you act despite fear, you prove to yourself that you are capable, making it easier to face challenges in the future. Surrounding yourself with the right people can also help reinforce a no-excuses mindset. If you spend time with people who constantly make excuses, you are likely to adopt the same mentality. Instead, seek out individuals who take responsibility and push forward despite obstacles. Being around action-oriented people can inspire and motivate you to do the same. Finally, rewriting your internal dialogue is a powerful tool. Excuses often come from negative self-talk, such as, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough." Replace these thoughts with affirmations like, "I will find a way," or "I am capable of handling challenges." The way you speak to yourself shapes your mindset. And a no-excuses mindset starts with believing in your own ability to take action. By developing these habits and changing your mindset, you can eliminate excuses and take full control of your success. Progress comes from action, not justification. The sooner you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility, the faster you will achieve your goals. The role of discipline in taking action. Discipline is one of the most important factors in achieving success. While motivation can inspire you to start, it is discipline that keeps you going. Many people believe that they need to feel motivated before they take action. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. On the other hand, discipline ensures that you take action even when you don't feel like it. It is the bridge between intention and achievement, helping you stay consistent and make steady progress toward your goals. One of the key roles of discipline is creating structure in your life. Without discipline, it is easy to get distracted and lose focus. There are always things competing for your attention: social media, entertainment, and daily responsibilities. If you don't set clear priorities and create a structured routine, you may find yourself procrastinating or working on unimportant tasks. Discipline helps you allocate time for the things that truly matter. For example, if you want to improve your fitness, having a disciplined schedule for exercise will ensure that you stay committed instead of waiting for the right moment to work out. Discipline also helps you overcome internal resistance. Fear, self-doubt, and laziness are common obstacles that prevent people from taking action. When you rely only on motivation, these negative emotions can stop you from making progress. However, discipline allows you to push through these feelings and take action anyway. Every time you act despite resistance, you build mental strength and reinforce the habit of persistence. Over time, this makes it easier to take action, even when conditions are not ideal. Another major benefit of discipline is that it creates momentum. When you take consistent action, even in small ways, you build a rhythm that makes progress feel natural and inevitable. Momentum reduces the amount of effort required to continue, making it easier to stay on track. For example, if you develop the habit of writing 500 words a day, eventually, writing will feel automatic, and you won't have to struggle to get started. This is why successful people rely on discipline rather than motivation. They understand that taking small, consistent actions leads to big results over time. Discipline also plays a critical role in accountability. When you are disciplined, you take full responsibility for your actions and outcomes. Instead of blaming external factors, you recognize that your success depends on your efforts. This mindset helps you stay focused and committed, even when challenges arise. People who lack discipline often make excuses for why they haven't achieved their goals, while disciplined individuals find solutions and keep moving forward. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is that it removes unnecessary decision-making. When you develop discipline, you don't have to constantly decide whether or not to take action. You simply follow your established routines. For example, if you have a disciplined habit of waking up early and working on your goals every morning, it becomes a natural part of your day. This reduces decision fatigue and helps you stay productive without relying on willpower alone. Discipline also helps you manage distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, making it easy to lose focus. Without discipline, you might spend hours scrolling through social media or watching TV instead of working on important tasks. However, disciplined individuals set boundaries and create environments that support their goals. Simple habits like turning off notifications, setting specific work hours, And creating a distraction-free workspace can make a huge difference in productivity. Another key benefit of discipline is that it builds self-confidence. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you prove to yourself that you are capable and reliable. This strengthens your belief in your abilities, making it easier to tackle bigger challenges. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you develop through disciplined action. Finally, discipline teaches you the value of delayed gratification. Many of the most rewarding achievements in life require patience and persistence. Whether it's building a successful career, learning a new skill, or improving your health, results do not happen overnight. Discipline helps you resist short-term temptations and stay focused on long-term rewards. This ability to delay gratification is one of the key differences between those who achieve their goals and those who don't. In summary, discipline is the foundation of consistent action. It provides structure, builds momentum, increases accountability, and strengthens self-confidence. While motivation may get you started, discipline is what ensures that you keep going, even when things get tough. If you want to achieve success in any area of life, developing discipline is one of the most important things you can do. Leveraging small wins to build big momentum. Small wins are the secret to achieving big goals. Many people believe that success comes from making huge changes or achieving massive breakthroughs. However, the truth is that success is built step by step, through small achievements that add up over time. When you focus on small wins, you create momentum, build confidence, and stay motivated to continue taking action. Understanding how to leverage small wins can help you overcome obstacles and reach your goals faster than you ever imagined. One of the biggest benefits of small wins is that they trigger a sense of accomplishment. Every time you complete a task, no matter how small, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel good and increases motivation. This is why checking an item off your to-do list feels so satisfying. It gives your brain a reward, encouraging you to keep going. The more small wins you create, the more motivated you become. And this positive cycle makes it easier to take consistent action. Small wins also reduce feelings of overwhelm. When you have a big goal, it can feel intimidating and impossible to achieve. This often leads to procrastination because the task seems too large to handle. However, when you break your goal into smaller steps and focus on completing just one task at a time, it becomes much more manageable. For example, if you want to write a book, instead of thinking about writing 300 pages, start with writing just one paragraph. Completing that small step gives you momentum, making the next step easier. Another important advantage of small wins is that they build confidence. Many people struggle with self-doubt and question whether they are capable of achieving their goals. However, confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build through action. Each time you achieve a small win, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Over time, these small achievements add up, and you begin to see yourself as someone who takes action and follows through. This shift in mindset can have a powerful impact on your ability to succeed. Small wins also help create positive habits. Success is not about doing one big thing right. It's about doing small things right. Consistently, when you focus on small wins, you develop daily habits that support your goals. For example, if you want to get healthier, instead of trying to change your entire diet overnight, Start by drinking more water or eating one extra serving of vegetables each day. These small habits eventually become automatic, leading to long-term success. Another powerful way to leverage small wins is through tracking your progress. When you keep a record of your achievements, you can see how far you have come. This visual reminder of your progress keeps you motivated, especially on days when you feel stuck. You can track your small wins in a journal, a habit tracking app, or even a simple checklist. Seeing your progress over time gives you the motivation to keep pushing forward. Small wins also help build resilience. Success is never a straight path. There will always be obstacles and setbacks along the way. However, when you focus on small wins, you develop the ability to bounce back from challenges. Even when things go wrong, you can look at the small progress you have made and remind yourself that you are still moving forward. This mindset shift helps you stay persistent and keep working toward your goals, even when things get tough. Finally, small wins create momentum, which is one of the most powerful forces for success. When you achieve a small win, it acts like a spark that ignites a chain reaction. One small success leads to another, and before you know it, you are making consistent progress toward your goal. This is why starting small is so effective. Once you begin, it becomes easier to keep going. In summary, small wins are the building blocks of success. They keep you motivated, reduce overwhelm, build confidence, and create lasting habits. By focusing on small achievements and celebrating your progress, you can create unstoppable momentum that drives you toward your biggest goals. Remember, success is not about making one huge leap, it's about taking small, consistent steps every day. So, start small, keep going, and watch your progress grow. Sustaining action for long-term success. Taking action is important, but sustaining action over the long term is what truly leads to success. Many people start strong, full of motivation and excitement, but they often struggle to maintain that energy over time. This is because motivation naturally fades, and without a solid strategy, it is easy to lose focus, become discouraged, or fall back into old habits. The key to long-term success is learning how to sustain action even when motivation is low. By building the right mindset, habits, and systems, you can keep moving forward and achieve your biggest goals. The first step to sustaining action is understanding your why. When you have a clear and meaningful reason behind your actions, it becomes easier to stay committed. Ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? And how will achieving this improve my life? A strong purpose gives you the emotional fuel to keep going, even when things get difficult. For example, if you are working toward a fitness goal, focusing on how it will improve your health and energy can help you stay consistent. Another powerful strategy is building strong habits and routines. Motivation is temporary, but habits last. When you create a routine, you remove the need to constantly decide whether or not to take action. It simply becomes part of your daily life. For example, if you want to read more books, setting aside 15 minutes every morning for reading can make it a natural part of your day. The more you repeat an action, the easier it becomes, and eventually, it requires less effort to maintain. Consistency is more important than intensity. Many people make the mistake of going all in at the beginning, only to burn out later. Instead of pushing yourself too hard for a short period, Focus on taking small, consistent steps. Progress is a marathon, not a sprint. It is better to work on your goal for 30 minutes every day than to work for 5 hours one day and then do nothing for a week. Small, daily actions add up over time and lead to lasting results. Tracking your progress is another great way to stay motivated. When you see how far you have come, it reminds you that your efforts are paying off. You can use a journal, a progress tracking app, or even a simple checklist to record your achievements. Celebrating small milestones keeps you engaged and motivated to continue. Even if you haven't reached your ultimate goal yet, recognizing your progress can give you the confidence to keep going. Another important factor in sustaining action is being adaptable. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go as planned. Instead of giving up when obstacles appear, be flexible and adjust your approach. If one strategy isn't working, try a different one. Successful people are not those who never face challenges. They're the ones who find solutions and keep moving forward. A positive mindset is also crucial for long-term action. Negative self-talk and doubt can drain your energy and make you want to quit. Instead of focusing on failures or setbacks, remind yourself of your strengths and past successes. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations like, "I am capable," or "I will figure this out." A strong mindset helps you stay focused on the bigger picture, even when things get tough. Surrounding yourself with a supportive environment can make a huge difference in sustaining action. The people around you influence your habits and mindset. If you spend time with individuals who are focused and driven, their energy will inspire you to stay on track. Consider joining a group, finding an accountability partner, or simply sharing your goals with a friend who will support and encourage you. Rest and recovery are just as important as taking action. Many people think they have to work non-stop to achieve success, but this often leads to burnout. Taking breaks, getting enough sleep, and practicing self-care help you maintain energy and focus over the long run. Sustainable progress requires balance. Pushing too hard without rest can actually slow you down in the long term. Lastly, focus on enjoying the process, not just the outcome. If you only care about the end result, it can be frustrating when progress feels slow. However, if you learn to enjoy the journey, staying consistent becomes much easier. Find ways to make your work enjoyable. Listen to music while exercising. Turn studying into a fun challenge. Or celebrate small victories along the way. When you love the process, success becomes a natural result of your actions. In conclusion, sustaining action is the key to long-term success. By understanding your purpose, building habits, staying consistent, tracking progress, adapting to challenges, maintaining a positive mindset, and creating a supportive environment, you can keep moving forward even when motivation fades. The road to success is not about taking big leaps, it's about taking small, steady steps every day. Keep going, stay committed, and success will follow. The power of taking action, a lesson for success. Success is not about having the perfect plan, the best resources, or the ideal circumstances. It is about taking action, consistently and intentionally, despite challenges, fears, and uncertainties. Many people spend their lives waiting for the right moment. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. The only way to turn dreams into reality is to start now and keep going. 1. Action is the key to progress. No matter how big your dreams are, they will never come true without action. Ideas and plans are important, but they are useless if they remain only in your mind. Taking even the smallest step forward creates momentum, builds confidence, and helps you learn along the way. Every successful person has one thing in common: they take action, even when they don't feel ready. 2. Overcome the barriers that hold you back. Fear, self-doubt, procrastination, and distractions are some of the biggest obstacles to success. Fear of failure stops many people from trying. But failure is not the end. It is a lesson that helps you grow. Self-doubt is just a story you tell yourself, and it can be rewritten with small achievements. Procrastination can be beaten by breaking tasks into smaller steps and focusing on starting, rather than completing everything at once. 3. Use the science of motivation to your advantage. Motivation is driven by dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. Small wins create a dopamine boost, which increases motivation and keeps you moving forward. However, motivation is temporary, it comes and goes. This is why you must build habits that make action automatic. When you no longer rely on motivation alone, you ensure progress even on difficult days. 4. Defeat procrastination with simple strategies. Procrastination is often caused by feeling overwhelmed or uncertain. The best way to overcome it is to break large tasks into smaller, manageable steps. The 2-minute rule helps you start quickly by committing to just 2 minutes of action, making it easier to continue. Time blocking, eliminating distractions, and creating an accountability system can also help you stay on track. 5. Develop a no excuses mindset. Excuses are the biggest enemy of success. People often blame time, money, or circumstances for their inaction. But successful individuals take full responsibility for their progress. Instead of focusing on problems, they look for solutions. Discipline, resilience, and a willingness to embrace discomfort are key elements of a no excuses mindset. 6. Discipline is more powerful than motivation. While motivation may get you started, discipline is what keeps you moving forward. Discipline creates structure, builds momentum, and removes unnecessary decision-making. When you develop strong habits and routines, action becomes second nature. Over time, discipline leads to confidence and long-term success. 7. Small wins lead to big success. Small wins build motivation, confidence, and momentum. Every small achievement proves to you that you are capable. By tracking progress and celebrating small victories, you stay motivated and committed to your goals. Success is not about making one huge leap, it is about taking small, consistent steps every day. 8. Sustain long-term action. The real secret to success is not starting, it is continuing. This requires a clear purpose, a strong routine, and a positive mindset. Surrounding yourself with the right people, tracking your progress, and focusing on the journey instead of just the outcome will help you stay committed. Rest and balance are also important. Burnout can slow you down more than taking strategic breaks. Final lesson: take the first step and keep going. Success is built on action. It does not require perfection, only commitment, discipline, and consistency. No matter how small, every step forward matters. The key is to start now. Overcome excuses, build habits, and keep moving forward, no matter what challenges arise. Your future depends on what you do today. So, take action now. The journey to success starts with a single step. Sustain happiness through growth. Happiness is not something you achieve once and then keep forever. It is something you must nurture and sustain over time. Life is constantly changing, and the happiest people are those who continue to learn, evolve, and challenge themselves. When you stop growing, life can feel stagnant and unfulfilling. But when you commit to continuous self-improvement, happiness becomes a natural and lasting part of your journey. True happiness comes not just from reaching goals, but from the process of growth itself, learning new things, stepping outside your comfort zone, and becoming the best version of yourself. One of the best ways to sustain happiness is to embrace a growth mindset. This means believing that your abilities, intelligence, and circumstances are not fixed. They can be developed through effort and learning. Instead of fearing failure, see it as part of the learning process. Every mistake is an opportunity to improve, and every challenge is a chance to grow. When you focus on progress rather than perfection, happiness comes from the journey, not just the destination. Setting personal growth goals is another powerful way to maintain happiness. These goals don't have to be huge, they just need to keep you moving forward. Whether it's learning a new skill, improving your health, reading more books, or working on your mindset, setting clear goals gives you a sense of purpose and direction. Small, consistent progress leads to lasting fulfillment. The key is to always be working towards something that excites and challenges you. Another important part of growth is stepping outside your comfort zone. It's easy to stick to routines and habits that feel safe. But real happiness comes from exploring new experiences, taking risks, and pushing your limits. Whether it's trying something new, meeting new people, or challenging yourself to think differently. Stepping beyond what is familiar brings excitement, confidence, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Growth requires courage, but it is in those moments of uncertainty that you often find the greatest joy. Self-reflection is essential for growth. Take time regularly to ask yourself, what have I learned recently? How have I grown in the past year? What areas of my life can I improve? What steps can I take to become a better version of myself? By reflecting on your progress, you stay motivated to keep growing and improving. It also helps you recognize how far you've come, which builds confidence and reinforces a sense of achievement. Self-reflection allows you to make adjustments where needed and ensures that your growth aligns with your values and happiness. Another way to sustain happiness is through giving back. Growth isn't just about improving yourself, it's also about contributing to others. Helping, mentoring, or supporting others not only benefits them but also deepens your own sense of purpose and fulfillment. When you share your knowledge, kindness, and resources, you create a positive impact and strengthen your own happiness. Embrace change rather than resist it. Life is unpredictable, and resisting change only leads to stress and frustration. Instead, see change as a natural part of growth. Be adaptable, open-minded, and willing to learn from new experiences. The more you welcome change, the more resilient and fulfilled you become. Happiness isn't a final destination, it's a lifelong process of learning, evolving, and becoming the best version of yourself. When you commit to continuous growth, you create a life filled with excitement, purpose, and deep, lasting happiness. Keep growing, keep learning, and happiness will always follow. Master the art of grateful presence. Happiness is not just about achieving goals or improving yourself. It's also about fully experiencing and appreciating the present moment. In a world that constantly pushes us to chase the next big thing, we often forget to enjoy what we already have. Many people believe they will be happy when something happens, when they get a better job, buy a house, or achieve their dreams. But happiness isn't something you find in the future. It's something you cultivate in the present. If you're always waiting for something else to make you happy, you'll never truly feel satisfied. The secret to lasting happiness is learning to appreciate what is in front of you right now. One of the most powerful ways to practice grateful presence is through mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully engaged in what you are doing, whether it's eating, walking, listening, or simply breathing, instead of letting your mind wander to the past or future. Focus on the present moment. Notice the details around you, the sensations in your body, and the emotions you are experiencing. This simple shift in awareness can turn ordinary moments into sources of joy. For example, instead of rushing through a meal while scrolling on your phone, take the time to savor the flavors, enjoy the textures, and appreciate the nourishment. Small moments like these add up to create a life that feels rich and fulfilling. Another way to cultivate grateful presence is by practicing daily gratitude. Take a few moments each day to reflect on what you are thankful for. It could be something big, like the love of your family, or something small, like the warmth of the sun on your face. Studies show that regularly expressing gratitude increases overall happiness, reduces stress, and improves emotional well-being. The more you appreciate what you have, the more fulfilling and meaningful your life feels. Slowing down and simplifying your life also helps you stay present. In today's fast-paced world, we are often in a rush, constantly checking our phones, multitasking, and thinking about what's next. But true happiness is found in the simple moments: a deep conversation with a friend, a quiet walk in nature, or a heartfelt laugh. By slowing down and being intentional about how you spend your time, you create space for more joy and presence in your life. Another key to grateful presence is letting go of the need for control. Many people struggle with anxiety because they want everything in life to go according to plan. But happiness comes from embracing the flow of life, rather than resisting it. Accept that not everything will go perfectly, and that's okay. Instead of worrying about what you can't control, focus on making the most of what you have. Finding joy in ordinary moments is another powerful way to master the art of grateful presence. Many of life's greatest joys are hidden in everyday experiences: watching the sunrise, sharing a meal with loved ones, hearing your favorite song, or feeling a fresh breeze. The happiest people don't wait for extraordinary experiences to feel joy. They find it in the simplest things. When you learn to be fully present and appreciate what you have, you stop chasing happiness and start living it. Instead of constantly striving for more, you begin to see that everything you need for happiness is already here. By practicing mindfulness, daily gratitude, slowing down, letting go of control, and embracing the beauty of everyday moments, you create a life that feels deeply fulfilling and full of joy. The more you focus on being gratefully present, the richer and more meaningful your life becomes. Happiness isn't in the future, it's here, right now. Cultivate inner peace for lasting happiness. True happiness doesn't come from having a perfect life. It comes from having inner peace. Many people think they will be happy once they have more money, success, or approval from others. But these things only bring temporary satisfaction. Real, lasting happiness is found in a state of mind that remains calm, steady, and unshaken, no matter what happens. When you cultivate inner peace, you build a strong foundation for happiness, one that cannot be easily disturbed by stress, negativity, or challenges. Inner peace is not about avoiding problems but about learning how to stay balanced and emotionally strong. Even in difficult times, one of the most important steps to achieving inner peace is detaching from external validation. Many people tie their happiness to other people's opinions, social status, or material success. But when your self-worth depends on things outside of you, you will always feel anxious, insecure, or unfulfilled. True peace comes when you stop seeking approval from others and instead focus on aligning with your own values, passions, and purpose. You don't need the world's validation to feel happy. You need to trust yourself and believe in your own worth. Another crucial step in cultivating inner peace is learning to manage your emotions. Life will always have moments of stress, disappointment, and uncertainty. But instead of reacting impulsively, practice pausing and responding with wisdom. When something upsets you, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? What is the best way to handle this situation calmly? How can I shift my perspective to focus on solutions instead of stress? This simple habit helps you stay in control of your emotions instead of letting them control you. Letting go of the past and the need for control is another key to inner peace. Many people struggle with regret, guilt, or resentment, replaying old mistakes or holding on to past pain. But holding on to the past does not change it, it only robs you of your happiness today. Forgiveness, both for yourself and others, is one of the most powerful ways to free yourself from emotional burdens. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or excusing bad behavior. It means choosing to release the weight of pain so it no longer affects your peace. Similarly, trying to control everything in life leads to frustration. No matter how much you plan, life is unpredictable. There will always be unexpected challenges, changes in relationships, or obstacles that arise out of nowhere. Instead of resisting what you can't change, practice acceptance. Accept that life will not always go the way you want. And that's okay. When you let go of the need to control everything, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and open yourself to greater peace and flexibility. Simplifying your life is another powerful way to cultivate inner peace. Many people live in a constant state of busyness, filling their days with endless tasks, distractions, and obligations. But true peace is not found in doing more, it is found in doing less with more intention. When you simplify your life, you remove unnecessary stress and create space for what truly matters. This could mean decluttering your physical space, setting clear priorities, saying no to things that drain your energy, or reducing time spent on meaningless distractions. A simpler life allows you to focus on what brings you joy, fulfillment, and peace. Another essential practice for inner peace is mindfulness and presence. The mind often creates stress by dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. But the only place where peace exists is in the present moment. Practicing mindfulness, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to your surroundings, helps anchor you in the now. When you focus fully on what you are doing without distraction, you experience a profound sense of calm and clarity. Spending time in nature is another simple but effective way to restore inner peace. The natural world has a grounding effect on the mind and body. The sound of the wind, the sight of a flowing river, or the warmth of the sun can instantly bring a sense of calm. Even taking a short walk outside can help clear your mind and reduce stress. Taking care of your physical and emotional well-being is also essential for inner peace. When your body is exhausted, stressed, or deprived of proper nutrition, it becomes much harder to feel calm and balanced. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, quality sleep, and relaxation techniques all contribute to inner peace. When you take care of yourself, you build emotional strength to handle life's challenges with greater ease. Finally, one of the most important aspects of inner peace is practicing self-compassion. Many people are their own worst critics, constantly judging themselves for their mistakes or imperfections. But inner peace cannot exist in a mind that is filled with self-criticism. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a friend. Let go of the unrealistic expectation of perfection, and allow yourself to grow without harsh judgment. Inner peace is not something you find, it is something you create from within. It is the ability to remain calm despite life's uncertainties, to let go of what no longer serves you, and to embrace each moment with presence and gratitude. The more you nurture inner peace, the more resilient, happy, and fulfilled you become. True happiness does not depend on circumstances, external validation, or material success. It comes from knowing that no matter what happens in life, you have the ability to remain centered, grounded, and at peace within yourself. The power of self-love and acceptance. Happiness begins with how you see yourself. No matter how much success you achieve, how many people admire you, or how perfect your life may seem on the outside, true happiness is impossible without self-love and self-acceptance. Many people spend their lives seeking validation from others, trying to meet society's expectations, or endlessly chasing perfection, only to feel unfulfilled. The truth is, lasting happiness comes when you embrace yourself fully, just as you are. Self-love is not about being arrogant, selfish, or thinking you are better than others. It is about respecting yourself, valuing your worth, and treating yourself with kindness. You deserve love, happiness, and care, not because of what you achieve or how you look, but simply because you are human. When you truly love yourself, you create a strong foundation for joy, confidence, and emotional resilience. One of the biggest barriers to self-love is negative self-talk and self-criticism. Many people have an inner voice that constantly points out their flaws, reminds them of past mistakes, or tells them they are not good enough. This voice is often shaped by past experiences, societal pressures, or unhealthy comparisons to others. But it is important to remember that your thoughts are not always the truth. The way you speak to yourself matters because, over time, those words shape your beliefs and reality. Imagine if you spoke to a loved one the way you speak to yourself. Would it be kind, encouraging, and supportive? If not, it's time to change your inner dialogue. Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," try saying, "I am doing my best, and that is enough." Instead of dwelling on mistakes, Remind yourself that every failure is a lesson, not a definition of your worth. Practicing self-compassion allows you to grow without harsh judgment. Another key to self-love is letting go of comparison. In today's digital world, it's easy to feel like everyone else has a better life, a better body, or more success. Social media often presents a false reality. People share their highlights, not their struggles. Comparing your real life to someone else's curated version of reality will only lead to frustration and self-doubt. The only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth, progress, and happiness, rather than trying to measure up to others. Self-acceptance is just as important as self-love. It means embracing all parts of yourself, your strengths, flaws, past mistakes, and imperfections. Many people believe they need to be perfect to be worthy of love and happiness. But perfection is an impossible standard. True happiness comes when you accept yourself fully, without waiting to fix something first. You are not defined by your past, and you are not limited by your flaws. You are a work in progress, just like everyone else. Practicing self-care is another essential way to nurture self-love. Many people prioritize taking care of others but neglect themselves. However, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. Self-care can be physical, like eating well, exercising, and getting enough rest. It can also be emotional, like setting boundaries, saying no when needed, or taking breaks when feeling overwhelmed. Ask yourself, what makes me feel happy and refreshed? Then, make time for those things regularly. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another way to strengthen self-love. The people around you shape how you see yourself. If you are constantly around people who criticize, judge, or bring negativity, it will be harder to maintain self-love. Seek out those who uplift, support, and encourage you. Likewise, be mindful of the content you consume. Books, movies, social media, and news all affect your thoughts and self-perception. Choose influences that reinforce positivity, self-worth, and personal growth. One of the most powerful practices for self-love and acceptance is forgiveness, both for yourself and others. Holding on to guilt, regret, or resentment keeps you trapped in negativity. Forgiving yourself does not mean excusing mistakes but rather acknowledging them, learning from them, and allowing yourself to move forward. You are not the same person you were in the past. You have grown, learned, and evolved. Give yourself the grace to start fresh. Similarly, forgiving others frees you from the emotional burden of anger or hurt. It does not mean forgetting what happened or allowing toxic people back into your life. It simply means choosing not to let past pain control your present happiness. A key part of self-love is recognizing your own value. Your worth is not determined by external factors like achievements, appearance, or other people's opinions. It is inherent. You were born worthy of love and happiness, and nothing can take that away. Start affirming your worth daily by repeating positive statements such as, "I am enough just as I am. I deserve love, kindness, and happiness. My worth is not defined by others. I am growing and evolving every day." Finally, understand that self-love is a journey, not a destination. It is not something you achieve overnight. It is a practice you cultivate every day. Some days, you will feel confident and self-assured. Other days, Doubts and insecurities may creep in. That is normal. The key is to keep coming back to self-love. Even on difficult days, keep choosing kindness toward yourself, practicing self-care, and reminding yourself of your worth. When you truly love and accept yourself, happiness becomes natural. You stop seeking external validation, free yourself from unnecessary stress, and build a life that aligns with your true self. Happiness is not about becoming someone else. It is about embracing exactly who you are and knowing that who you are is enough. Embrace change and adapt for a happier life. Change is one of the few guarantees in life. No matter how carefully you plan or how comfortable you become, change will always come, sometimes expected, sometimes sudden. For many people, change feels unsettling or even frightening. It disrupts routines, brings uncertainty, and pushes them out of their comfort zones. However, the key to lasting happiness is not avoiding change but learning how to embrace and adapt to it. Those who resist change often struggle, while those who flow with it find greater peace, growth, and long-term happiness. One of the biggest reasons people fear change is the feeling of losing control. The human mind craves stability. And when life shifts in unexpected ways, whether it's a career transition, the end of a relationship, financial struggles, or even aging, it can feel like everything is falling apart. But the reality is, change is not the enemy, it is an opportunity for transformation. Every change, no matter how difficult, holds the potential for something better. The key to happiness is shifting your perspective. Instead of seeing change as a threat, see it as a chance to evolve, grow, and experience something new. One way to embrace change is by developing a flexible mindset. People who struggle the most with change tend to have rigid thinking. They want things to stay the same because it feels safe. But life does not work that way. Everything in nature changes, the seasons shift, rivers flow, and even the cells in your body are constantly renewing. The happiest people understand that change is natural. Instead of fighting against it, they adjust and find ways to make the most of new circumstances. Another important factor is letting go of attachment to the past. Many people struggle with change because they are holding on to what used to be, old relationships, former jobs, or past versions of themselves. But clinging to the past only creates suffering. The past is a place to learn from, not a place to live in. When you resist change because you long for what was, you prevent yourself from seeing the opportunities that exist in the present. Instead of mourning what's lost, focus on what's ahead. Ask yourself, what new possibilities does this change bring? What lessons can I carry forward? Shifting your focus from what's gone to what's possible allows you to find happiness in transition. Resisting change often leads to fear and anxiety. But when you practice acceptance, you release unnecessary stress. Acceptance does not mean giving up or being passive. It means acknowledging reality as it is rather than wishing it were different. When you accept change, you stop wasting energy fighting against what you cannot control and instead direct that energy toward adapting and thriving. Another way to navigate change with happiness is by developing resilience. Resilience is your ability to recover from setbacks and challenges. It is what allows people to move forward after loss, rebuild after failure, and find hope even in difficult times. Resilience is not something you are born with, it is something you build through experience. Every time you overcome a challenge, You strengthen your ability to handle future changes with confidence. A practical way to strengthen resilience is by reframing challenges as growth opportunities. Instead of thinking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this teaching me? How can I use this experience to grow?" Life's challenges are often disguised as lessons. Every difficult situation carries a chance to develop patience, wisdom, strength, or courage. The happiest people are not those who never face struggles, but those who learn from every struggle they encounter. Another key to embracing change is staying open to new experiences. Often, people resist change because they fear the unknown. But stepping into the unknown is where life's greatest opportunities lie. Think about the most exciting, fulfilling moments in your life. They likely happened when you tried something new, took a risk, or stepped outside your comfort zone. Happiness thrives in growth, and growth requires change. One of the most powerful ways to find peace in change is trusting in life's flow. Sometimes things don't go according to plan, and that's okay. Often, the things we resist the most lead us to where we need to be. When you trust that life is unfolding as it should, even if you can't see the full picture, you free yourself from unnecessary worry and stress. Instead of fearing the future, embrace it with curiosity and excitement. Taking care of yourself during transitions is also important. Change, even positive change, can be emotionally draining. During periods of transition, make self-care a priority. Give yourself time to process emotions. Practice relaxation techniques, and lean on supportive friends and family. A strong foundation of self-care makes it easier to navigate change with a clear mind and a steady heart. Surrounding yourself with positive influences also plays a huge role in how well you adapt to change. The people you spend time with shape your mindset. If you are around those who fear change, complain about challenges, or resist growth, their negativity can influence you. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who embrace change, see challenges as opportunities, and encourage personal growth, you will find it easier to navigate life's transitions with confidence. One of the most powerful tools for handling change is gratitude. Even in the midst of difficult transitions, there is always something to be grateful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right. When you actively look for things to appreciate, you train your mind to see the good in every situation, even during times of uncertainty. Instead of saying, "Everything is changing, and I don't know what to do," try saying, "I am grateful for the opportunities this change is bringing into my life." This simple shift in perspective can have a profound impact on your happiness. Change is inevitable, but how you respond to it determines your happiness. You can resist, fear, and struggle against it, or you can embrace, adapt, and grow. When you learn to see change as an ally rather than an enemy, life becomes an adventure rather than a burden. Happiness is not found in holding on to the past or fearing the future. It is found in fully embracing the present. No matter where life takes you, the next time life presents you with change, remember, it is not something to fear, but an invitation to grow, evolve, and create new possibilities. With the right mindset, every change can lead to a happier, more fulfilling life. Spread happiness, the ripple effect. Happiness is not just something you feel, it is something you share. When you choose to live a joyful life, your happiness does not stay only within you, it spreads to the people around you. Just like a ripple in a pond, A single act of kindness, a warm smile, or a moment of genuine connection can brighten someone's day, which in turn inspires them to do the same for others. The ripple effect of happiness is real and powerful, creating a chain reaction that can transform relationships, workplaces, and even entire communities. Imagine your happiness as a pebble dropped into water. The first splash represents your personal joy and growth, but the ripples that follow extend outward, touching everything around them. Every time you choose to be kind, to uplift someone, or to share your positivity, you are creating waves of happiness that reach far beyond what you can see. These ripples may seem small, but they can make a lasting impact on others. One of the simplest ways to spread happiness is through acts of kindness. Even the smallest gestures, holding the door for a stranger, giving a compliment, or helping someone in need, can change someone's mood and inspire them to pass on that kindness. Kindness is contagious. When people experience warmth and generosity, they are more likely to share it with others. Studies have shown that when one person receives an act of kindness, they are more likely to be kind to someone else, creating a continuous cycle of positivity. Another powerful way to spread happiness is by sharing your joy. When you are happy, it naturally lifts the people around you. Have you ever noticed that when someone is enthusiastic and full of energy, it makes others feel excited too? Happiness, like laughter, is highly contagious. By simply expressing gratitude, sharing good news, or celebrating small moments of joy, you bring light into the lives of others. Your happiness can inspire those around you to find happiness in their own lives. Being a good listener and offering emotional support is another way to create a ripple effect of happiness. Many people feel unheard, unseen, or unappreciated. Simply taking the time to listen without judgment, to encourage someone, or to show that you care can make a huge difference in someone's day. When people feel valued and understood, they are more likely to spread that same kindness to others. Creating a positive environment also helps spread happiness. Whether it's in your home, workplace, or community, you can set the tone by being someone who radiates positivity. Encouraging words, a supportive attitude, and a mindset of collaboration instead of competition create spaces where people feel happy, motivated, and safe. When you build a positive atmosphere, you inspire others to bring their best selves forward, multiplying the effects of happiness. Happiness is not meant to be kept to yourself. It is meant to be shared and multiplied. When you intentionally spread joy, show kindness, and uplift those around you, you create a ripple effect that can touch countless lives. Your small actions, whether it's a kind word, a warm smile, or a simple gesture of support, can change someone's entire day, and possibly even their life. The beauty of spreading happiness is that it does not take much effort. Yet its impact can last far beyond what you can see. You may never know how far your kindness travels, but trust that every act of joy you put into the world creates a chain reaction of positivity. By being the source of happiness, you light the way for others, helping to create a world that is kinder, more compassionate, and full of joy. The ripple effect of happiness starts with you, so choose to spread it every day. The lifelong journey of designing happiness. Happiness is not a final destination or something you achieve once and keep forever. Instead, it is a lifelong journey that requires continuous effort, learning, and self-discovery. Just when you think you have found the perfect balance, life will introduce new challenges, opportunities, and experiences. The key to lasting happiness is understanding that it is an ongoing process, one that allows you to grow, adapt, and thrive no matter what comes your way. When you recognize that happiness is something you design every day, you empower yourself to create a life filled with joy, purpose, and fulfillment. A major part of this journey is self-discovery. Each stage of life reveals new layers of your personality, values, and dreams. What brings you joy at one stage may change as you gain new experiences and insights. Instead of clinging to old definitions of what happiness should be, give yourself permission to explore new interests, set fresh goals, and dream bigger dreams. Think of self-discovery as an adventure, where each day presents an opportunity to learn more about yourself and what truly makes you happy. Happiness is also sustained through growth. Life is constantly changing, and the happiest people are those who continue to evolve and challenge themselves. When you stop growing, life can feel stagnant, but when you commit to lifelong learning and self-improvement, happiness becomes a natural part of your journey. Growth can come in many forms: learning a new skill, adopting a healthier lifestyle, strengthening relationships, or developing emotional resilience. By continuously pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, you create a life filled with excitement, confidence, and purpose. Self-reflection is another key part of designing happiness. Take time regularly to pause and check in with yourself. Ask, what has brought me happiness recently? What areas of my life need more balance? What small changes can I make to feel more fulfilled? By reflecting on your progress, you stay aligned with your values and make adjustments where needed. Self-reflection helps you appreciate how far you've come, recognize what is working, and identify areas where you can grow. It keeps you focused on creating the life you truly want. Of course, the path to happiness is rarely smooth. Even with the best intentions, you will face setbacks, disappointments, and unexpected challenges. However, these obstacles are not roadblocks. They're stepping stones that help you grow stronger and wiser. The most important thing is to not let difficulties define you. Instead, view them as opportunities to learn, adapt, and build resilience. Every challenge you overcome adds to your personal strength and prepares you for future happiness. Another important aspect of designing happiness is reinvention. Sometimes, the routines, goals, or relationships that once made you happy no longer serve you. It is natural to outgrow certain aspects of your life as you evolve. Instead of resisting change, embrace it as a chance to start fresh. Give yourself the freedom to let go of what no longer aligns with you and move toward what feels right. By continuously realigning your life with your values and aspirations, you keep happiness alive. You don't have to walk this journey alone. Surrounding yourself with supportive people, mentors, friends, and communities makes the process easier and more fulfilling. The people around you shape your mindset and energy. So choose those who uplift, encourage, and inspire you. Likewise, be willing to offer your support to others. Sharing wisdom, experiences, and kindness not only strengthens relationships but also amplifies collective happiness. At every stage of life, prioritizing your well-being is essential. Your happiness thrives when you nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Engage in activities that ground and energize you, Whether it's physical exercise, mindfulness, creative pursuits, or meaningful conversations, when you take care of yourself, you build a strong foundation to handle life's ups and downs with confidence and peace. As you gain wisdom and experience, your definition of happiness will become broader and deeper. What once brought you happiness may shift from external achievements to internal fulfillment. The excitement of success and material gains often transforms into a steady sense of contentment, anchored by strong personal values, meaningful relationships, and a desire to contribute positively to the world. It is important to remember that the journey itself is part of the reward. Designing happiness is not a race or competition. It is an ongoing dance between your dreams and reality, between your aspirations and the lessons life teaches you. Be patient with yourself, and celebrate each small step forward. Understand that mistakes and detours are part of the process, and that every experience adds to your growth. Above all, know that your happiness journey is uniquely yours. No one else has your exact combination of experiences, strengths, and passions. By honoring your individuality and trusting your instincts, you ensure that the life you design stays true to who you are. As you continue along this path, you become a living example of how happiness can be intentionally shaped, nurtured, and sustained through curiosity, courage, and self-compassion. You build a life that not only brings joy to you but also inspires and uplifts those around you. Happiness is not a destination, it is a lifelong journey of learning, evolving, and creating a life that reflects your truest self. Keep growing, keep adapting, and keep choosing happiness every single day. The power to design your happiness is in your hands.